Hi everyone, welcome to SAP Plant Maintenance. Uh, Today we will discuss a kind of requirement and we will see how we can map that in SAP. So what is the requirement? The business scenario. Business scenario is let us say there is an equipment which you had installed and later you found that the equipment is got damaged. So nothing seems to be working in that equipment, but there are some useful spares in that equipment. So what the maintenance supervisor or the maintenance engineer thought is we will anyway are going to uninstall this equipment, but we can make use of there are few spares in this equipment for later purpose. So what are all the few spares that they found to be used for a later purpose? Let's say the shaft. By the way, this is a you might be knowing this is a planetary gearbox. So in this planetary gearbox, let's say shaft is fine. We can use it for later stage. I mean later purpose. So and there are few gears. Okay, there are few gears in this planetary gearbox which looks good, which are in good condition, and the supervisor thinks we can use this for later purpose. So in that case, how we are going to map this scenario in SAP? How we are going to returning back the useful materials from this damaged equipment and how we can use this for later purpose. The most important concept we need to consider here is there shouldn't be any cost here, right? Means if we are dismantling and removing the spare parts from this equipment, obviously that shouldn't have any cost. These spares shouldn't add any cost, right? Any cost to inventory value, correct? Why it shouldn't add any cost to inventory value? Because these are all freely available. In that we can understand in that point of view, right? You haven't purchased. You are removing the spare parts from a damaged equipment, and you are getting that for free. So if you are getting that for free, obviously you would have paid for this equipment. The depreciation all happened. You have used as much as you can, and that is fine. The equipment is damaged, but the working parts which are in this equipment, even though it is working, you should return to the inventory without updating the value of the inventory, right? So what is that main condition here? Value should be zero, correct? Value should be zero, but quantity should be updating, right? So we will see what setting we need to do in order to achieve this. I hope you understood why the value should be zero, because these are freely available for me because I am removing from a damaged equipment. Okay, so we will try to map this. So what is the process we are going to do? First, we are going to returning these useful spares from the damaged equipment, and we will store in inventory, and we will use the same space for any later purposes. Okay, considering no value should be updated even in the maintenance order. Even for that particular maintenance order for which we are issuing this spare, there shouldn't be any value that should get updated in the maintenance order as well. So we will directly see in SAP. By the way, the equipment we are going to create is the planetary gearbox. Okay. So first let me go to the T code IE01, right? So we are going to create an equipment that is planetary gearbox. Okay. Object I will use any object. This is not an issue, so we can give any of the values. So maintenance plant, location, plant section, work center. Click on enter. Organization, cost center, my plant maintenance cost center, my PM work center, my maintenance plant. Right, structure we are going to install in one of our functional location. So This is my equipment number. So let me copy this and add it here somewhere. Fine. Now let's go to our functional location structure and install this equipment in any of the functional location. This functional location. So click on edit, go to structure, equipment, plus 11. What is my equipment? This is my equipment number. Enter, go back, save this. Now if you go to the equipment IE03, you probably know this all this structure, it gets updated. Now let's say after some period of time for this equipment we found that there is some issue. There is some issue that breakdown happened to that equipment, right? And we are going to rectify that through a maintenance order. So for that reason, I am creating one maintenance order for this, for through which I can able to rectify. I mean, I am going to check that what was happened to that. So troubleshooting of planetary gearbox, correct? Go to operations, troubleshooting of planetary gearbox. Our let's say 6 hours, okay, and calculate work. Calculate work. Click on enter. Correct. Click on cost, right? So 6 hours. So each hour cost 300 rupees as per the pricing, activity pricing that we have made. So 1800 rupees. And there is, we found that anyway this equipment is not going to work further. Okay, the condition is very bad for this equipment. Okay, so what we thought to do this scenario, right? We found that okay, but at least if the equipment got damaged, but at least I could see that the shaft and gears are in a good condition. So what the supervisor think is I can return this to store, I can keep it in store, and I will use this for later purpose. So for that case, how we need to map that in the system, right? So and as I told, there shouldn't be any value updation, only the quantity updation. In this case, what I am trying to do is I am going to use the material type nlag for this. Okay, so I am going to use the material type nlag, and I'll go to the material type configuration. So what is the T code for material type configuration? So OMS2. So in OMS2, go to the material type nlag, right? Click on quantity value updation. Valuation area is AMR1. My material type is nlag. I am only updating the quantity, not the value. This is very important here. I'm only updating the quantity should get updated, not the value for this. Okay. So just click on save. Now I need to create two materials, right? I need to create two materials in order to get back this. So one material is for shaft, one material is for gear. So my let's say my industry sector is mechanical engineering only. So NLAG on stock material. Okay. Even though you can go with a customized material, it's completely fine, right? But the price should not be maintained in that. Okay. So AMR1 storage location 1000. So 52. What is this? Shaft for planetary gearbox. Basic unit of measure each. Go to MRP1. All these are no planning. So I'll straight away go to and save this. So 52. 52 is for shaft. This is my material 52. Same way for gears as well, right? So again create a new material for gears. So which gears? Let's say spur gears. Correct. Spur gears. for planetary gearbox. Each enter Marbita Bendy. Fine. So 53. Right. Now in my order, in my order for the planetary gearbox maintenance troubleshooting, I am going to enter these two components 52 and 53, and I am returning those, right? So whenever I am returning to back to inventory, I need to put one minus here, correct? These are all the stock items. I am considering this as stock item. So storage location 1000. There is nothing wrong considering this as stock item because only the quantity gets updated, and really we are actually bringing up the quantity, not the value, based on the metal type configuration. So one minus and save this. Go to the change mode. Release this order now. See, even though I have added the materials, right? My cost didn't came up here, correct? Why the cost didn't came up for the material? Because those are non-valuated materials. Because that was picked from my existing damaged equipment, not a newly purchased. I haven't spent money to purchase that materials. So that is the reason even in the order it won't add up the cost for that order. So that mapping is very important. Okay. So release this order, save this order, and what is the next step? Let's do the let's take back the materials back to our storage location, right? So we go goods issue order, right? Enter the order. So this two, the movement type is 262 because we are taking back. So where all this will get popped up automatically. So item okay, check post, right? So my item got posted. If you go to MMBE now, MMBE, check for 52, check for 52, one get updated, correct? 53 got updated, right? So after some days, I got an issue in one of the pump. Okay. After some days, I got issue. I got an breakdown. Breakdown for one of the pump. So in this case, the maintenance supervisor thought that the dismantled one from this gear, from this planetary gearbox, is suits for that pump. Okay. So engineer will engineer found that engineer found that the spur gear, correct, spur gear from planetary gearbox well suits this pump. Okay. So what he thought? So he decides to issue that instead of instead of issuing a new gear, correct? By this also he can do the efficient maintenance, right? He can do the efficient maintenance considering cost into picture. So he can control the cost, correct? He can reduce the cost, right? So this is what he thought. So we will try to map that. So how? So after some days, as I told, what is our equipment pump, right? So let's go and check pump equipment number for pump. Expand hole. Okay, for this pump, let's say for this pump, centrifugal pump, correct? Centrifugal pump, we are going to use that particular gear. So how? Go to IW31 priority, let's say whatever, it's fine. Pump equipment is my centrifugal pump AMR1, correct? Troubleshooting for what? troubleshooting of centrifugal pumps. Correct. Next, click on enter. Troubleshooting of centrifugal pumps. Add the hours and calculate work. Enter. Right. Components. In the components, I am adding the gearbox. Gear, right? Not gearbox. Gear. 53. 53 is my component number. 53. Okay. Requirement quantity 1 each. Item category yes. Slot. Plant 1000. Operation 0010. Enter. Spur gears for planetary gearbox. Correct. Or if you don't want to mention it as planetary gearbox, completely fine. You can change that in the description. You can put a generic description. Spur gears. Okay. So, and again click on cost. Now if you go to the cost, it will not show. You know, right? Why it will not show? Because there is no need to display that particular cost of the material in this, even for this order as well. Because we got freely, and we are issuing also for free. So the cost shouldn't be captured in that maintenance order. Okay, so I hope you understood that main point. So go to the change mode, release my order. So what is that? Error availability, material availability, no entries. I don't think there is an availability issue. Check log, okay. Let's check that later. Right? So for this order, I am issuing the previously used per gear. Right? So item okay. Quantity is 1 where all these are fine. Final issue. Right? Check. Post. Simple. So item got posted for my pump. Correct. So if I go to IW32, let's check logs, go extras, logs, edit, functions. That's fine. Yeah. So even when we perform the goods issue also, see, my material didn't get, the cost didn't get captured. So one thing is, after that we will confirm this order, right? So confirm this order. So actual work 6 hours, final confirmation, clear authorization, remaining work. Actual duration is 6 hours, correct? So save this order, go to IW32, enter. Now the actual cost got updated after confirmation, right? So after this, we will do the, also I will show you the documented goods movement for that issued gearbox, right? For the gearbox, sorry, for the gears for this pump. Okay, see, the material document gets generated, right? So that's fine. Now go, now come take out this order, correct? So take out this order, functions, complete, complete technically, fine. Next, perform the settlement, KO 88, settlement period, this one, fiscal year 2022, posting period is this, test run, automatic, let's check whether it is, whether the sender is already settled and nothing to settle. Okay, contest run, execute. Okay, so in this case, we must give the settlement period to, right, because this is February and the posting period is to test run, full settlement, execute. The processing complete with no errors. So untick this, execute. Yeah, it got settled now. So we can check this, only the amount for the internal labor got settled to my cost center, which is a settlement receiver here, right? So that is how we can map this kind of scenario. Okay. So I hope you have understood. So you also please try to let me know in the comments if you have any other solution or a recommendation in order to map this kind of scenario. And also, if you like this video, please do like, comment, share. And if you want to have the videos of like this for more and more scenarios, then please reach out to my WhatsApp number or to my email ID. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.